Hey, Cowboy Ryan here. Check this out. Here we are on my family ranch here high in the mountains of Montana. And you know what? This is where the dream began. In 1991, I went to a local bar and got on just a bucking machine. And I was hooked. And at age 20 years old, you know, I grew up on a ranch my whole life riding horses. And 20 years old, I planted the dream, planted the seed that I was hooked on rodeo. And you know, and I just, you know, getting started in rodeo is tremendously hard. So I just, like most guys, just showed up at the rodeo and paid my entry fees and, you know, got on and started riding. Did that about 14 years and had made the top 50 in the world for a while, the top 10 in the PRCA Texas circuit. And then, you know, I won the Mesquite Rodeo Championship title there on Fox Sports. And it's an amazing journey, but here's what I learned out of rodeo is that it's not easy. You got to grind for it. You got to work for it. Nothing is given to you. There's no favoritisms played. And that's kind of the way it is in life if you really want to get somewhere. And so I want to just kind of show you where the journey began right here. This was just our corrals where we worked the cattle. And when we got into rodeo, we built, check this out. This thing's pretty cool. We built this buck and chute. And there it is. We used to buck out mini horses in this chute, and there's our arena right there, and that's where the dream began. But the challenge in rodeo is that it is so hard to find coaches and mentors and people that are able to really just, you know, help you out along your journey. You're going to get a lot of advice thrown at you, a lot of different ways of how to ride and how to train and how to work out and you know, not saying there's just one way that's the right way. You know what? The right way is just doing something. But I always gravitated towards just working out and staying in shape. And I was one of the few riders, especially back in the late 90s, guys that actually went to the gym and worked out. But here's the problem. Man, I worked out, big chest, big arms, big strong shoulders, big legs, and I was strong, but I wasn't training for balance. I wasn't training for flexibility. I wasn't training for stability. I wasn't training for fast twitch muscles, fast reflexes. I wasn't training for the actual mind-muscle reaction and connection that you have when it comes to riding one of these moving animals. And so, not saying I trained wrong. If you're working out, that's much better than not working out at all. But it wasn't until I had become a personal trainer and did that for about almost 18 years that I really learned about training and working out and about your core is the center of everything. If you got a strong core, you're going to be stronger the rest of your body. If you got a strong core, your center of gravity is going to be better. You got a strong core, your strength is going to be better. Like that is your home base. And man, if you can hardly do a leg lift, that's why we test guys on how many leg lifts they can do in a minute. If you can hardly do a leg lift, how do you expect to go out there on a bareback horse and be lifting your legs and lifting your feet and picking them up? It's going to be pretty darn hard to do. So it's been a long journey. It's been a fun journey. It's been an exciting journey. Had no idea that a dream that started right here, just you know, I'm 20 years old and a rancher's son. A dream would start right here, and where it would elevate me to have gyms across the country. You know, to be on several reality TV shows. Not like that's been the highlight of my career, but you know, I just got so good at personal training clients, getting results. I just want to finish off with, guys, that rodeo is really about you becoming the person that you were really meant to become, and the trials and the tribulations and the struggles and the I'm broke or I'm hurt or I can't afford that, but I've got this dream and I won't give it up, and I keep going and I keep trying and I just keep on keeping on. I keep making it happen, and you keep grinding. You know, that's the secret. That's what you're going to learn, because, you know, you rodeo riders watching this right now, I was just like you. I never thought rodeo was going to end. I thought that was going to be the rest of my life, and that fast it was over. And then that fast I got a wife, and I got kids, and I got a business, and I got, hundreds of clients relying on me, and I got 15 employees at my gyms. And you're going, where did my rodeo dream go? Okay. And my message to you is that go all in on rodeo. Give it everything you got. Hold nothing back. The harder you work, the harder you grind, the more you put in to rodeo, the more you're going to get out of rodeo. And you just don't want to look back and go, I dabbled in rodeo. And you don't want to look back and live with it. I could have done better. I should have done more. This is your chance. This is your opportunity. Put the time in. Put the grind in. And, it's, don't give in. Don't give up. Don't lay down, and keep going. And probably one of the greatest things that I'm really proud of is that, in my rodeo journey, 12 years into it, I realized that I'd been riding my spur board wrong because nobody taught me how to ride it. I had been marking horses out just to get by. I didn't realize that marking them out was getting a hold of them until I found some real world champion mentors that really taught me how to do it. I had 2 years of chronic lower back pain that I suffered with, and it looked like that I was done. And in 2001, it was like, no, you're done. Your career's over. And I was so determined to heal my back. I got certified as a personal trainer, not to become a trainer. No, it was to learn about my body and why am I having this agonizing chronic lower back pain. And that's where I unleashed all the answers and realized it was an imbalance of muscles. It was too strong of muscles on this side of my body, too weak of muscles. It was a poor diet. I was drinking too much coffee, too many sodas, not drinking enough water, a lot of things that stacked up. And I was not in rodeo for 2 years. And man, that was probably one of the toughest 2 years of my life, because that was, at that time in my life, that was my dream. That's what I wanted. That's all I could think about. And, kind of life, how it works and whatever you believe in. I'm a big believer in God, and God just really sent me just on a different journey. And he was like, I need you to become a trainer, because later on in life, I need you to help thousands of people that are struggling with weight loss. And so I did become a trainer. And then after I healed my back, I returned to rodeo. And, the greatest accomplishment for me was to be able to step back into the PRCA and ride the Texas circuit, make the Texas circuit finals in 2004. I was, I think, top 10. And then, the greatest thing was to ride on the Donnie Gay Mesquite Rodeos. They're on Fox Sports, guys. And there it is right there. That's it. That's what a guy goes for. You go for the buckle. You work for the buck, okay? 2004, I was crowned the Mesquite Rodeo bareback champion on national TV. And it all started here. But my journey didn't end there, okay? Then I got hurt really bad, head injury, and I just finally decided I was done. I figured there was something bigger in life that I was going to do. And I, on my own, walked away from rodeo and opened gyms and become a trainer for the next decade and a half, and helped over 40,000 people lose weight and just really transform their lives. And, it's I finally franchised those out, and finally just said, you know what, I got to get back into rodeo. I got to become part of rodeo again. It's been, close to 25 years that I haven't done anything in rodeo, but I can really bring a lot to rodeo and the mindset. I've studied the mindset with Tony Robbins for the last 20 years, and you guys know rodeo. When you climb in the chute here, it's here. You got to have this right. You got to be completely focused and ready to go. And and I just know as a personal trainer, best way to stay in this game as long as you possibly can, the best way to not get hurt or cut down on injuries is, again, take care of yourself, okay? There's no people always ask me, well, what is that exercise that you're doing? What does that do? Well, that's moving you. That's what that exercise is doing. That is getting that muscle from a dormant state to a moving state, okay? And here's the problem. Most rodeo riders, they're young and they don't work out. They're doing nothing for working out, okay? And so those of you that are dabbling with my exercises and you're doing 10 seconds of it or 30 seconds of it, or maybe you're less than a minute on some of my Instagram exercises, great. You know what it has done? It's got you off the couch for 1 minute to actually just start moving and using those muscles. The worst thing that you could ever do as a rodeo rider, not work your muscles out at all, show up at the rodeo, get on and ride, because your career is going to be probably pretty short, because you're going to pull a muscle. You're going to have an injury that's going to happen that shouldn't happen. You could prevent it just by doing something, okay? So it's you have what you want, but you got to work for it. You can't wish for it. The guys that are wishing for it, it's you're just going to keep wishing for it. So, okay, guys, there it is right there. Super excited. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. Thumbs up, and you know what? Make it happen.